Just want to say what a great job my coaching staff does getting us ready for these games. Do the prep work, the film work, come up with game plans, and then our kids execute the game plans. And then we're good at mid-game adjustments when we need to be. And I've got a really good coaching staff. And then I've got players that are mentally tough and follow a game plan. And we played a good first half, up 10, and just told them play like we're down 17 at San Jose to start the second half. Play with desperation, play with panic the way you play, and we did that. We started the second half aggressively like we were trailing. And so just really happy with the performance tonight. To hold a really good offensive team like Boise to 47 is hats off to our defense. And then to have a game where we shoot 50% from the field. We didn't take a lot of threes, but we made enough of them. I think we took 12 for the game, which might be our season low for a game. But we're still efficient offensively. So good combination of driving to the basket, post touches, and then timely threes in order to maintain a lead against a good Boise team. So really happy with the performance. And now, unfortunately, we don't get to enjoy it too long. We play Fresno on Tuesday. We'll practice tomorrow, and we'll get ready the next day and then play a Fresno team that'll zone us for 40 minutes. And we haven't seen 40 minutes of zone all year. So as much as we're going to enjoy it tonight, we'll be back to work tomorrow with the coaching staff and team and getting ready for our next one.
What do you say shot just 3 of 18 from 3? I mean, was that shooting from a perimeter like a major focus for you guys on this game?
You know, we just switched all the ball screens, so we kind of had a body in front of a body, so we didn't have to help a lot off shooters. So we did a good job on Cardenas. He's a top 7 assist guy in the country, 7 a game. I think he only had 3 tonight, and that's a byproduct of our defense and switching everything, trying to keep a body in front of him where he can't get in the paint and create shots for his teammates. And he's a very good player. But I think that was the start to the game. I told the team before the game started that Mahomes is as good a quarterback as an NFL. But he got pressured and turned it over twice against the Eagles. And I said, Cardenas is Mahomes. We have to press him, we have to pressure him, and we have to make life hard on him. And I think we did a pretty good job of it.
Talk about Magoon real quick. Offensively, he was good, and he got some nice blocks, but he also turned the ball over 7 times. So talk a little bit about what you saw from his game tonight.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, in and around the basket, he scored every time. He made an incredible catch when the game was getting tight, caught a high ball and laid it in. I want him aggressive on the perimeter. But, again, he got stripped in space once in a while, and that's just part of his game that'll grow. You know, we want him out there. We want him driving the ball, but we want him driving in good space. And, you know, he had a couple of careless turnovers trying to be an unselfish player, feed the low post, and that's just a young kid still growing his game. But still, 5 block shots, 4 for 6 in the field. He impacts the game at a lot of different levels. So just really pleased with the way he played, other than the turnovers.
Go ahead. McKinney surpassed 1,000 career points tonight, and he was just speaking about, you know, when you know he doesn't speak, he had a speech against San Jose State. I mean, how has experience and leadership helped build this team?
Yeah, Wayne came here to win, and so he wants to play in March. That's what he wants to do. So he knows every win's an important one. And so I didn't get to hear his talk at the halftime in San Jose, but I heard it was inspiring, that he really inspired the guys for the second half. And I'm proud of Wayne, proud of how he's handled coming off the bench and being a catalyst for runs that we have. And he's been a guy that started a 1,000-point scorer, but he's embraced his role here because he wants to win more than anything else.
You're starting to run the offense through Magoon a little bit more, calling more plays from him earlier in the season. What does that do to your offense? How does it change things? How does it open things for the perimeter guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to run a lot more from Magoon, you know, whether it's post-ups or give him space on the perimeter, because he's such a good player and he's a good passer. So, you know, I'm not going to run plays for him if he turns it over 7 times, but I don't think that'll happen. I think the more comfortable he gets, I mean, he's been on an incredible run. I mean, the last 5 or 6 games, he's playing at an elite level. So if he continues to do that, we'll continue to get better as a team.
What does it do for the guards when he starts to get going, and what kind of defensive attention does he attract?
Yeah, he's going to – if you want to be good enough where they feel they have to double-team you. And then when they do, he's a good enough passer to get us open shots. So I think they know if Gunda draws a double team, he's not selfish. He's not afraid to spray it out and get guys open looks. And those are the kind of guys you want to run plays for, guys that can not only score but are good playmakers. So tonight wasn't his night playmaking, but over the last 5, 6, 7 games, he's been really good at it. That's why he's getting the ball more.
Coach, Nick talked about it a little bit a few minutes ago. 8 of his 10 baskets tonight were inside the arc. He seems to have great vision attacking the basket. Is that something you really want him to do?
Yeah, we want to get downhill. We want to get paint touches. We don't want to shoot 33s. You know, we want to get to the basket and let Magoon and Jared and Heidi and Farrell rebound that ball around the basket, roll to the basket, and put pressure on the rim. So I think we're doing a better job of that, pressure in the rim. And then when we draw a bunch of guys in, then we can kick out and get Wayne a 3, get BJ a 3, and kick it out and get open 3s. So those are the ones we make, not the ones that we're shooting off the dribble. The ones that we catch shoot, we're making a higher percentage, so we have to shoot more of those.
And do you think he, with Glath specifically setting the screen at the top of the key, is that something that kind of elevates him to attack more, knowing that Glath can hit that step back three?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we run a play where we'll screen with Magoon and step him back. And we did it at the end of Colorado State and got a wide open look for it. Didn't go in, but Magoon can stretch the floor by screening and stepping out some. So we can be versatile. We can screen and roll him, or screen Jared and roll him, or we can. Both those guys are capable of popping out and threatening the three-point shot. So we have versatility, which I love.
After the last few weeks of these wild swings of deficits and leads and runs, how nice is it to have a game like this where, you know, from the middle of the first half on, you just pretty much roll them?
Yeah, I got nervous when it got to 12, though. That being said, I think we got up 20 and they cut it to 12, and I got nervous. So we had to keep playing, not get so stagnant. And I thought we got moving again, and we're able to extend the lead a little bit. But our defense was the key. I mean, they got to the rim. We blocked 10 shots tonight. You know, that's a lot of block shots. So they didn't get a block. So our rim protection is vital to our defense. And when we do get beat, we protect the rim, and that's the key to our winning.
Coach, Tyson Degenhardt has struggled both games this season. Season low 9 points in the first matchup, 17 tonight, but he missed 10 shots. Did you throw a bunch of different bodies at him tonight? What made him?
We try to double him in the low post. You know, try to double him in the low post and not make life easy on him. Even though he's a good passer, until they start kicking out and making threes, we're going to keep doubling him. And he did a good job late in the second half of just attacking, drawing fouls, getting aggressive, because he had to. He's a really good teammate and a good team player. But at that point in the game, he thought he had a press, and he did a good job getting to the foul line and scoring, and he had to because they were struggling. So even though he took a lot of shots, I think he needed to tonight for them to stay in the game.
I feel like your team needed this kind of win.
We need every win. So 17 down to come back and win, get ahead. We just got to win games, and that's what we're doing. Win games. We've got, I think, 6 to go, and we have to win games and stay in the race and try to keep building a resume every time we step on the floor.
What does it mean to hit 1,000 career points in front of your home crowd tonight?
It means everything. All my hard work, you know, everything I've been through. It's an honor to be at home and be able to do it in front of the home crowd, you know. I worked hard for this. It's a blessing to be able to hit that milestone.
You hope then the scoring drop in both halves. I mean, how did you and the team both stay locked in and step up in those key moments?
We just stay together, and moments like that sometimes, you know, we go in scoring drops, but you got to stay resilient and just make a play for each other, and we get a bucket ultimately.
Nick, you guys really started to pull away at the end of that first half. I think it was an 11-0 run, and then you guys kind of controlled the pace for the entire second half. What went well during the end of that first half that allowed you to separate in the second half?
I just think our energy as a team. Last couple games we started out slow, so we just trying to keep that momentum and just focusing on starting out the right way with a lot of energy, being physical, being tough, especially playing Boise. But I just think we had a focus of just winning, and when you think like that, you can play hard.
You guys are in the last, particularly this game, starting to play through Magoon a lot. What does it do as guards when you're throwing it inside to a guy who can score and draw some attention?
I think it just compresses the defense, makes them sink in a little bit, gives us some more space to get into gaps or even shoot the open three if it's wide open. But yeah, I think it just sinks the defense in, makes them have to, kind of respect what's going on in the paint because, as Goon has been playing, pretty well. So I just think it compresses the defense and allows us to either shoot that wide open three or get into the lane.
It helps us out. Goon's going to get easy lay-ins or he's going to be able to kick it out. He's a playmaker in there. So getting it into him, it's helped our offense a lot. So I think it was a good way to go.
Both of you guys are new to the program, but the defensive, new to this defense. Are you guys like believers now in San Diego State defense in the sense of what you saw you did to a very good team?
Well, we've been believers. That's our motto. Defense wins games. So we know we just got to stay with it and work hard in practice, and it'll translate to the game. So as long as we stay grouped and dial in on our matchups, then we'll be just fine on D.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, we've been believing, but I just think the difference is, usually when we start out picking up full court in the beginning of the game, we usually have a good outcome to the game. So I feel like that San Jose State game, we didn't pick up full right away, kind of let them settle in a little bit. But, yeah, it just sets the pace. Like you said, the defense sets the pace for our offense and, for the game.
Are you surprised with such a new team and so many young guys that had to learn this? It's a pretty complex system with a lot of reads, and are you surprised that you're able to play defense at this level? Because the teams that have done it in the past have been, guys who've been here 3 and 4 years and been in the program.
I mean, not really. I mean, we work on it. We work on it a lot in practice. Like if you you're at practice and you see we're always doing shell, a couple of breakdowns on defense, pretty much 80% of the practice. So. I always wondered when I was first came here, like, why is the defense so good? But then when I, went to my first couple workouts, I realized, we're learning. And we got Goon back there blocking shots, who cleans up for our mistakes, and that's what makes it so different.
Nick, you hit a couple of threes in the first half, but most of your baskets came driving to the rim. Was that by design? Is that something you thought of before the game, or is that something that you noticed it was and you took advantage?
Man, I don't know. I kind of been struggling in conference trying to get my footing in terms of when to pass, when to shoot. And then that second half at San Jose State, I was like, I'm just going to be aggressive. Kind of that game, I was like, I'm going to be aggressive. And then same thing tonight, just, take what the game gives you and just be aggressive. And if I go to score, either they'll collapse or I'll be open. And then if they collapse, I can make the pass.
I think you were one of the team leaders. Were you the responsible for that team meeting at halftime?
San Jose State game. Wayne had a big voice in that meeting. To be completely honest, his passion was kind of a difference maker because Wayne, he don't speak too much. He gives us great energy, but when he spoke, everybody heads turn, and he made a big difference in that locker room at the time, and just showing his passion and his care for winning, kind of translated to that second half, and then comes back here, Boise State. Has a milestone of 1,000 points, makes a big time bucket when we were in the drought, and I was kind of getting a little nervous, and then just played hard.
Wayne, like you said, you're not a man of a lot of words. What kind of compelled you to want to speak up first year on the team in that moment?
It was just a moment where I feel like we could be better, and if somebody has to step up, and I felt like it was the right time to speak up and let the team know we're better than this, and we can be really great. And we are really great. We just have to make sure we're always going at 100% at all times. So, that speech was something that meant a lot to me, and that game meant a lot to me, and we pulled it out. So it worked.
Was this an early moment thing or something that had been building?
It was the moment. I feel like we had so much more to give, and I didn't want regrets to replace dreams in that moment. I didn't want anything to get in the way of us being who we really are. And I feel like at halftime of that game, we really brought it together, and we were able to make a great, crazy run and actually play and be who we were.
Did you see some big eyes when you started speaking like that? Because they probably hadn't heard that from you.
Some guys a little bit, but everybody listened. Everybody was dialed in. It didn't matter who spoke in that moment. We just needed somebody to step up. We needed a leader, and I just felt like it was the right time for me to be able to step in and say something. And yeah.
Any further questions for the student athletes?
Just in terms of you guys have been so up and down these last few weeks. Going behind, coming back. This just felt like a complete dominant game. Did you guys feel that way? You kind of needed that.
Yeah, I think so. I just think we executed the game plan. When we're focused, I don't think there's a lot of teams in the country that can beat us. Just our energy, our lamp, our athleticism, and just the passion we play with. When we have that swagger from tip, we're just a different team, and you've seen that tonight.
Yeah, just understanding what's at stake, and and in conference, we felt it was necessary. We had to press on them. We had to punch them first before anything, because if we play aggressively first, then there's nobody that can really stop us.
The last thing for me, just both of you, what were your thoughts on Magoon's blocks, the game?
Which one? Yeah, like 5 of them.
I know which one you're talking about.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that.
I was guarding I think it was Dangerhart. I was just trying to bait him, just like give Magoon time to get there. So I'm just like, if you watch it over, I'm just like standing in front of him, and then I knew he was gonna block it, but I didn't know he was gonna pin it like that and grab the rebound. But
goodness.
that was awesome.
It was
It was crazy. But I mean, 5 blocks, key bucket in the second half right there to make that catch and finish it. As a freshman, he just keeps growing, gets better and better through the ups and downs, and we need him if we want to make a run.
So you seen a block like that in person?
Just on TV, bro.
Yeah.
Nick, real quick, you're a cheerleader on the court for the crowd. I know you can sense when the crowd is going, and you're up there, you're getting them going. Was the crowd a big part of tonight's win?
Yeah. Special shout out to the Viejas Arena, the fans. They were electric, and I always love to I'm from New York, so when people come out here to watch the games, I always love to invite them because I feel like you don't really understand. And there's some people who live in California that I know up north, and they don't really understand how San Diego State the arena gets. So that's kind of what I brag about, and I appreciate them, and it's fun. Growing up in New York, we gritty, we talk, and we just like to have fun. So when the crowd's rocking, I'm at my best.